The door creaked open under the slightest pressure. No locks. No guards. Almost like they wanted us to find it. Inside. A control center. Not large. Not flashy. Efficient. Rows of monitors lined the walls, flickering quietly. Each screen filled with footage. Not just from the ballroom. Or the warehouse. From our lives. Coffee shops. Apartments. City streets. They had been watching us. Long before the invitation arrived. The woman in silver moved first, scanning the displays with clinical precision. The pixie-cut girl stood frozen, fists clenched at her sides. The older man stepped forward, breathing out slowly. This wasn't about what we did that night, he said quietly. It was about who we are. And then. One monitor shifted. The feed changed. Live footage. A hallway. Not this one. Another, somewhere deeper inside. And in the middle of the frame. The man with the expensive watch. Smiling. Talking. Handing over something small and black. A device. To a man we didn't recognize. A deal. Caught in real time. The pixie-cut girl swore under her breath. The woman in silver didn't move. Didn't speak. But something in her eyes changed. Cold. Sharp. We hadn't escaped the trap. We had walked straight into its second phase. And now. We were almost out of time. The woman in silver didn't hesitate. We move, she said, already heading for the door. The rest of us followed, tight, fast, silent. The hallway outside seemed longer now. Colder. The hum of the lights overhead was louder, harsher. The air tasted different. Tainted. We didn't run. Running would draw too much attention. We moved quickly, precisely. 2 turns. A stairwell. We had almost reached the side exit. The same one we had marked earlier. When the first door slammed shut. A mechanical hiss. A dull, final click. We froze. The woman in silver spun back toward the hallway. Another door. The one we came through. Sealed itself behind us. One by one, down the hall, doors slid shut. Locking. Trapping. The pixie-cut girl darted to the nearest panel, fingers flying over the keypad. Nothing. No response. No override. The older man tried brute force. Shouldering the door, kicking at it. The steel didn't even tremble. We're locked in, he said grimly, voice low. As if we needed the confirmation. The woman in silver checked the ventilation grates, the emergency hatches. Dead ends. Designed that way. No alarms blared. No flashing lights. It wasn't chaos. It was order. Controlled. Expected. The game hadn't ended. It had only evolved. And now we were exactly where they wanted us to be. Trapped. Tested. Observed. Again. The silence in the locked corridor stretched too long. It wasn't just fear anymore. It was calculation. Each of us thinking the same thing. But no one willing to say it out loud. Maybe we weren't all trapped the same way. Maybe someone knew this was coming. The woman in silver broke the silence first. We find another exit, she said, voice sharp, brittle at the edges. Together. The pixie-cut girl shifted, crossing her arms tightly across her chest. And if someone doesn't want us to, she said, voice cold. Her eyes flicked, not at the doors. Not at the walls. But at us. At me. At the older man. At the woman in silver. And then, finally, at the idea none of us wanted to voice. Maybe the enemy wasn't outside these walls anymore. Maybe the enemy was sitting right beside us. The older man shook his head. Turning on each other is exactly what they want. He was right. And still. The thought wouldn't leave. What if the man with the watch hadn't been the only one? What if someone else had switched sides without ever letting it show? The woman in silver straightened, her voice steady again. We move as a unit, she said. No accusations. No splits. For now, the pixie cut girl muttered under her breath. I didn't argue. Neither did the older man. But the fragile thread holding us together, the one woven through escape and survival, was fraying fast. And somewhere, beyond these walls, someone was watching it unravel. Maybe that had been the real test all along. We moved in silence. Through narrow hallways. Past sealed doors. Past cameras that may or may not have been watching. Each turn tighter. Each breath heavier. The woman in silver led. Checking every side passage, every emergency panel. Looking for a flaw in the system. The pixie cut girl stayed close behind her. Silent now, but still throwing sharp glances over her shoulder. I followed, heart pounding, scanning the shadows. The older man brought up the rear, steady but slower. When we reached the next junction, a four-way split. We paused. The woman in silver turned. We stay together, she said, voice low but firm. We nodded. All of us. And then, we moved. 3 steps. 4. And when I glanced back, the older man was gone. No sound. No shout. No warning. Just gone. The hallway behind us stretched empty and silent. As if he had never been there at all. The woman in silver froze mid-step. The pixie cut girl whipped around, searching the shadows. Nothing. No doors ajar. No panels shifted. Vanished. Swallowed whole. The woman in silver's face hardened. Keep moving, she said. But even as she spoke, I saw it in her eyes. Not confidence. Resignation. We weren't just being trapped anymore. We were being separated. Controlled. Isolated. Piece by piece. Until there was nothing left to fight with. Or fight for. We moved faster now. Not running. But close. Every step louder against the sterile floor. Every turn sharper, more desperate. The woman in silver checked corners ruthlessly, scanning for exits, vents, anything. The pixie cut girl clenched her fists until her knuckles went white. And me. I counted steps. Doors. Dead ends. Everything tightening around us like a noose. Ahead. A set of double doors. Not locked. Not guarded. Wide open, almost welcoming. We didn't think. We moved. Through the doors. Into a wide, circular room. Bright lights. Smooth floors. No windows. Just blank walls. And a single black screen embedded high above the opposite wall. Silent and waiting. The doors behind us slid closed with a soft, mechanical click. We turned back. The woman in silver pressing the panel. The pixie cut girl hitting it with her fist. No response. No way back. The screen flickered once. Twice. Then the voice came. Calm. Precise. Congratulations. Phase 2 complete. Initiating final assessment. No emotion. No threat. Just protocol. Above us, subtle vents along the ceiling shifted open. Tiny mechanical sounds, almost imperceptible. A low vibration passed through the floor, barely felt. Almost imagined. Not walls moving. Not magic. Just the air changing. The atmosphere thickening. Controlled isolation. Confined by control. Space. Silence. Time. The woman in silver stepped in front of us, steady but tense. We weren't in a labyrinth. We were in a container. Built for one thing. To watch what we would do. When there was nowhere left to go.